Yeah, it was a little warm today. We made it out to Las Vegas. We parked in near the Luxor, and we caught a little tram thing over to New York, and then hopped down and we walked around a little bit. We got some lunch, and then we made it down to the big fountains that they have, the show there. Got to see one of those. Unfortunately, the kids melted. It was just too hot. It was 130 degrees in Las Vegas today, and we were marching our 3 kids around, and there were several people that thought we were just absolutely abusing our children from the way that they were screaming and crying about having to walk all of maybe 6 blocks. I don't know. It was a fair distance. It was. I wish they'd behaved a little bit better, but it was so hot. Christy even melted down at one point. So how much can you blame the children at that point? Pahrump has been interesting. It's a very short stay. Again, we were only doing 2 days because we're trying to get out of Nevada and where it's a little bit cooler, up to Utah and then Wyoming, where we're actually going to really start looking around at our first realistic area that we potentially might want to live. So we'll be packing up tomorrow morning and getting out. We're hoping for a much earlier start. When we left Oceano, we didn't get out until after 11, and by the time we slow roll our way through the rest of California and Nevada, you know, we were rolling in at 8 o'clock at night, 8:30 at night, and that's too late. So we're really hoping to get out about 9 a.m. tomorrow. We'll see how that really goes. Nevada, I kind of expected what I was going to find here. It was super cool coming out of the mountain pass there, and then all of a sudden you just turn a corner and there's just Las Vegas. There's nothing around. You know, you're driving from Pahrump with a population of 30,000 or something like that, and you come across something like Vegas. You can't come up with any words for it really, because it is just so amazing. All of a sudden you're just boom, there it is in the middle of the desert, this giant city full of people. You know, one thing I wanted to say was Clara actually had a really good time today. We found a doggy day camp is what they really called it, but basically it's an air-conditioned building with cement floors, and she was much happier there, so that way she wasn't stuck in the trailer. You know, the air conditioning in trailers don't do that great. And so in 130-degree weather, it was probably close to 100 in the trailer, I would imagine. I don't know. When we got back, it was doing okay, but that was much later in the afternoon after, you know, our trees had cast some shadow on it, so we'll chalk it up to that. Maybe the AC did do that well. I don't know. It doesn't really matter because we're trying to get out of 100 plus weather. So yeah, we will be saying goodbye to Nevada tomorrow. We're gonna power through it in about 7 hours, maybe 8, somewhere in there. That's about all I can do when driving this truck and trailer. It beats you up. Nevada's not the place we're gonna live, plain and simple. Has its own beauty, but I'd have to live in the middle of the desert. I don't want to do that. So, anyways, we'll see you next time.